instantaneous value. Okay, now this is the problem based on AC fundamental. The sinusoidal varying alternating current quantity has RMS value. That means RMS value, that is current, that is IRMS, that is current quantity has RMS value is 40 ampere. That is the value of RMS current is 40 ampere. Then periodic time is 20 millisecond. That is capital T is equal to 20 millisecond. That is periodic time, and it converted into second. That is T is equal to 20 into 10 raised to minus 3 second. That means time will be converted into millisecond to second. Then also the instantaneous equation of the current can be obtained with the help of sinusoidal wave. Okay, now this is the sinusoidal current waveform. Okay, now this is the I is here. Then in which we have to obtain value of Im. This Im into sin omega t. Okay, now this is the sin omega t. That is there I. This is for positive half cycle. Okay. Then the instantaneous equation of current is given by, that is I is equal to Im sin omega t. But we have to calculate already value of RMS current is I RMS is equal to Im upon root. Then rearrange equation for Im. That is Im is equal to root 2 into I RMS. But the value of I RMS is given here, that is 40 ampere. Okay, then put root 2 into 40, that is I RMS is equal to put 40. Then value of Im is obtained here, that is Im is equal to 56.5685. Okay, but in instantaneous equation of current, that is here omega is present, then we have taken omega is equal to 2 pi f, but f is equal to 1 by e. That is frequency is reciprocal of period. That is 2 pi into 1 by t. But the value of t is here, that is 20 into 10 raised to minus 3 second. That means put t is equal to 20 into 10 raised to minus 3 second. Then omega is equal to 2 pi upon 20 into 10 raised to minus 3. Then we obtain the value of omega is 314.159 radian per second. That means first we have to calculate Im, then calculate omega. Okay. Then also these both values are put in equation number 1. The equation number is here. Then both values are put here. You put the values of Im is here. Then also put the values of omega is here. Okay. Then next equation is we have to need find out instantaneous current. So then I is equal to Im sin omega t, that is put Im value, that is 56.5685 into sin of omega is 314.159 radian per second. Equation number 4. But in which the condition is find instantaneous value of the current at quarter cycle. That is, for example, that is we have considered, that is fourth cycle. That is we have considered, this is the first cycle, then this is second cycle, third cycle, and fourth cycle. That is, this is the separate section is here. It's okay. Now this is the t by 1. This is second period is t by 2. Then third one is t by 3, and last one is t by 4. That means we have to obtain current at quarter cycle, that is fourth quarter, that is t by 4. That means the instantaneous value of current is t by 4. That is we have taken the current at quarter cycle is t by 4. Then we have taken time is t by 4. Okay. Then but t1 we have considered initial time, t1 is equal to t by 4. Then the value of t is already here, that is 20 into minus into 10 raised to minus 3 second. This value put here, that is t1 is equal to 20 into 10 raised to minus 3 4. That is t1 is equal to 5 into 10 raised to minus 3 second. That means first we have to obtain T1 here. Okay, then this value will be important to find out instantaneous current. This is the equation we have to already calculate first. I is equal to 56.5685 sin 314,159 into T. Then put I is equal to I1 and T is equal to T1. Then the value of T1 is here, that is T1, that is 5 into 10 raised to minus 3 second. Then the value of time is put here, that is the value of T1 is put T is equal to T1. Then put the values of T1 is 5 into 10 raised to minus 3. Then obtained current is 15 ampere. That means we have to first calculate current. I1 is 1.55 ampere. That means first we have considered time is 5 into 10 raised to minus 3. That is first we have considered time is 5 into 10 raised to minus 3. Then we have considered time is 7 milliseconds. Then T2 is equal to 7 into 10 raised to minus 3. Then put T is equal to T2. That is put here. I is equal to I2 put and T is equal to put T2 in equation number 5. That means these two values are put in equation number 5. This put I is equal to I2 and T is equal to T2. Now we have considered time is T2 is equal to 7 millisecond. That is already given in problem. That is T2 is equal to 7 millisecond. Then time will be converted into millisecond to second. That is T2 is equal to 7 into 10 raised to minus 3 second. This value are put here. That is put T is equal to T2. Then I2 is equal to 56.5685 sin 314,159 into 7 into 10 raised to minus 3. Then obtain the value of current I2 is 2.17. Okay. Then also we have considered next value is T3 is equal to 14 millisecond and T3 is equal to 14 into 10 raised to minus 3 second. Okay. Then this value put in equation number 5 is there. Then put I is equal to I3 and T is equal to put T3. Then I3 is equal to 56.5685 sin into 314,159. Then this is the time T3. Let's put T is equal to T3. Then obtained current is I3 is 4.33 ampere. That means this is the current I3. Now in this problem we have seen that the time increases, also current will be increases in instantaneous value of the current. That means current in I1 is 1.5 ampere. Then current in I2 that is 2.70 and current is 4.3, that is increases for time 14 seconds, 7 seconds and 5 seconds. Okay, now this is the problem based on instantaneous value of the current. That means suddenly change time, that is time changes from 5, 7 and 14 milliseconds. Then current will be increases. That is I1 is equal to 1.55 ampere. Then I2 is equal to 2.17 ampere and I3 is equal to 4.338. That means this is the problem based on instantaneous value of the current. That is in problem the condition is T1 is 7 millisecond and T2 will be 14 millisecond. Now first we have to calculate in which instantaneous current and also in which we have taken the value of IRMS is Im upon root 2. Then rearrange equation for Im is put here. Then also omega is equal to 2 pi f. Then 1 upon t. Put f is equal to 1 upon t here. The time is already given, that is t is equal to 20 into minus 3 raised to 10 into second. That is omega is equal to 2 pi upon 20 into 10 raised to minus 3. then both values are put here, then put the values of Im here and omega is there. Then first condition is current at quarter cycle, that is T by 4 we have taken. Then put the value of T is here. Then obtain first time is we have considered T1, that is 5 into 10 raised to minus 3. Then put I is equal to I1, T is equal to T1. Then both values are put in equation number 5. Then obtain current is I1 is equal to 1.55 ampere. Then second time is T2 is equal to 7 millisecond and T2 will be converted into second, that is 7 into 10 raised to minus 3. Then both values are put in equation number 5. Then obtain current is I2, that is 2.17 ampere. Then also we have to consider time T3, that is 14 millisecond. Then T3 is equal to 14 into 10 raised to minus 3 second. Then both values are put here, that is put the values of I3 and T3 in equation number 5. Then obtain current is I3 is 4.338 ampere. Now this is the problem based on instantaneous value of sinusoidal current. Okay, now this is the problem based on sinusoidal current. Then also next problem based on form factor and peak factor. Okay, then also in which we have to calculate values of form factor and peak factor. Okay, then also in which we have to need their all parameters. Okay, then in which we have to need definitions of peak factor and form factor. Then Ghanshyam, my voice is audible? Okay. Please unmute your mic. Okay, now next problem based on form factor and peak factor. Okay, then the formula for form factor is defined as it is the ratio of RMS value upon average value, and peak factor it is the ratio of maximum value upon average value. Okay, now this is the important formula problem based on both. Okay, then problem is sinusoidal alternating quantity is having form factor is 150. That means form factor symbol is Kf is 115. Then peak factor is 1.57. Okay, then if the maximum value of the voltage is 440 volt, that is maximum voltage is Vm is 440 volt, then calculate average value and RMS value of the voltage. That means we have to calculate first VRMS, that is RMS value of the voltage, and calculate average value of voltage with the help of form factor and peak factor and maximum voltage. Now formula for form factor, that is RMS value of the voltage, in which we have to calculate only voltage value, that is Km is equal to RMS value of the voltage, that is VRMS, then average value of the voltage, that is average voltage. Okay, then also peak factor, that is maximum value, that is maximum value of the voltage, that is Vm. Then this is the maximum value of the voltage, that is Vm. So that is maximum value, that is Vm, as it is taken as. Then average value of the peak factor, that is we have to need to calculate each and every parameter in form factor and peak factor. Okay, then also in which we have to need to calculate their parameters. Okay, then Kp is equal to Vm upon Vrms. Okay, then also rearrange equation for Vrms is equal to Vm upon Kp. Okay, then maximum voltage is given, that is 440 volt is put here, and Vrms is equal to Vm upon Kp. Then Kp value is given, it is 1.57 is given here. Then Vm is there, then Vrms is equal to Vm upon Kp, that is 440 upon 1.57. Okay, then we have to obtain the value of Vrms, that is 280.2547 volt. That means first we have to calculate voltage at RMS value, that is Vrms. Then we have to calculate average value. Okay, then Kf is equal to Vrms upon V average. Then rearrange equation for V average, that is V average is equal to Vrms upon Kf. Then Vrms value is there, put here. Then Kf is given, that is 1.15. Then we have to calculate average. Then in this problem we have to calculate average and RMS value of the voltage. This is the average value and RMS value of the voltage. This is the very simple problem based on form factor and peak factor. Okay, then in which we have to need to find out the relation between form factor and peak factor. Okay. Then here I think is RMS value. Mistake is here, that is average value is not, that is here RMS. That is peak factor, it is the ratio of maximum value upon RMS value. Okay, this is the correction is there, that is here is not average, that is here RMS. This peak factor, that is the ratio of maximum value upon RMS value. Okay, listen and carefully with this, that is here average is not, that is only here RMS value, that is peak factor is the ratio of maximum value upon RMS value. Okay, then the relation between factor is there, that is Kf is equal to Vrms upon V average. Then peak factor Kp is equal to maximum value upon RMS voltage. Okay, then we have to find out relation between form factor and peak factor. It is Kf is equal to Vrms upon V average and Kp is equal to Vm upon Vrms. This is the equation number 1. This is equation number 2. Then equation 1 multiply to equation 2. This is Kf into Kp. Then Vrms, V average into Vm upon Vrms. Then Vrms get cancelled. Then Vm upon V average. That means the final relation between form factor and peak factor is Vm upon V average. That is Vm means maximum voltage upon average voltage. That means the product of form factor and peak factor is directly proportional to the maximum voltage and inversely proportional to the average voltage. That means the product of form factor and peak factor is directly proportional to the maximum voltage and inversely proportional to the average voltage. That means the product of form factor and peak factor is directly proportional to the maximum voltage and inversely proportional to the average voltage. Okay, now this is the problem based on peak factor and form factor. Okay, now this is the second important problem based on sinusoidal voltage and current quantity will be based on form factor and peak factor. Okay, now we have to explain next point is concept of phase difference. Okay, now this is a very important point, and concept of phase difference will be classified into 3 types. The first type is zero phase difference, second is lagging phase difference, last one is the leading phase difference. Okay, now we have to explain the first concept is zero phase difference. Okay, now this is the sinusoidal waveform is there. it consists of two waveforms. That is, first one is voltage waveform is there, second one is current waveform is there. This is the positive upcycle and this is negative upcycle. Now also in which this is the current waveform is there. That means there are two waveforms there. That is, first one is the voltage waveform is there and second one is the current waveform is there. Okay. Then here positive VM means positive maximum voltage and IM means positive maximum current. Okay. Then VM means negative maximum voltage and IM means negative maximum current. Then zero phase difference means each and every waveform cross at zero position. This is the first zero position. Now this is the second zero position. This is the third zero position. It's called as phase difference. That means initially both waveforms are starting at omega t is equal to 0. This is the time t is there. Then initially in graphical representation of zero phase sequence, both waveforms initially start at positive upcycle at omega t is equal to 0. That means time initially t is equal to 0. Then this is the positive waveform. Then at certain maximum level of voltage and current, then waveform is slightly decreases from maximum voltage and maximum current. Then cross at time t is equal to 0 again with respect to omega t is equal to 5. Then both waveform goes to the negative half cycle and again increases with negative value and again decreases at omega t is equal to 2 pi. That means each and every starting cycle and ending cycle, the both waveform will be cross 0 position. It's called as zero phase difference. It is also called as in phase difference. Now this is the relation between zero phase difference between voltage and current. Now in which we will need mathematical representation. Now in which we have to need mathematical representation. That is V is equal to Vm sin omega. That is V is equal to Vm sin omega t and I is equal to Im sin omega t. That means two waveforms, that is voltage and current, are in phase. Is called as zero phase difference. Each and every waveform cross 0 point. This is called as zero phase difference, also called as in phase difference between voltage waveform and current waveform. Okay, this is the first type of the phase difference. Okay, now second type is phase difference is lagging phase difference. Okay, then here two waveform is there. That is first waveform is voltage. This is the voltage waveform and this is current waveform. Then voltage waveform will be start at omega t is equal to 0. That means voltage waveform will be start at this point here. And this is the voltage waveform. Then current waveform start from middle of the voltage waveform. That means this is the middle point is there. Then at an instant the current quantity is lag the voltage quantity because the current waveform start after voltage waveform. Initially the voltage waveform will be start, then after voltage waveform current waveform will be start. Then at an instant the current quantity I is lag voltage quantity. Then we have to obtain mathematical expression, that is V is equal to Vm sin omega. That is, we obtain V is equal to Vm sin omega. Okay. Then we have to obtain current. Then I is equal to Im sin omega t minus pi, because we are taking the lagging phase difference. That is, we are taking minus sign. That is, I is equal to Im sin omega t minus pi. Why taking minus pi? Because the current waveform will be start after voltage waveform. Then we are taking negative sign. That means the current I is lag to voltage by angle phi. Then we are taking negative angle, that is minus phi. That is, the waveform of I start after voltage waveform at angle phi. Then we are taking phi is a negative. Okay. Then formally, the phase difference I lags to the voltage at angle phi is called as lagging phase difference. Okay, that means current is lag to the voltage is called as lagging phase difference. Okay, now this is the very important type of the phase difference, is lagging phase difference between voltage and current. That is, current I waveform will be start after voltage waveform with angle phi is called as lagging phase difference between current and voltage. Okay, now this is the graphical representation of lagging phase difference. Now, next point is leading phase difference, and also in which we have made graphical representation of leading phase difference. Okay. This is the waveform of voltage and current, also in which we have to show two waveform. This is the voltage waveform, this is current waveform. This current is Im. Okay. This is the waveform current. Then in this waveform, the voltage waveform will be start with positive half cycle at omega t is equal to 0. This is the voltage waveform is there. Then current waveform also start with positive half cycle. This is the current waveform. This I m. Yes, here I. Okay. Then also in which the current I leads to the voltage with angle phi. That means the current I is leads to the voltage. That means the current I is leads to the voltage by angle phi is there. That means in which the equation of the voltage is V is equal to Vm sin omega. Okay. Then current waveform is I is equal to Im sin omega. Okay. That means in this leading phase difference, the current I is lead to the voltage. That is, current I is leads to the voltage by angle phi. Angle phi is here. That means finally we have to get conclusion is leading phase difference. That means the voltage waveform start at omega t is equal to 0, but current I will be start before omega t is equal to 0. That means the current waveform will be start before voltage waveform and then we are taking the angle is phi. Then current I leads to the voltage by angle phi, and this angle phi is called as leading phase difference. Okay, this is the concept of leading phase difference. Okay, now in